What's good, everybody? You're fat because you're training like a bodybuilder. All right. Now, a lot of people don't understand there's different modalities to training. A lot of people get promoted just general bodybuilding information because that's what was originally sold to the public, right? And so people are just really concerned with aesthetics. And so they think about the bodybuilding modalities. They're doing arm day, leg day, chest day, back day, bicep and tricep day, shoulder day. And really, they need to be moving a lot more than that, right? You really need to be doing things like body weight exercises like lunges, right? Lunges are a great functional exercise that's going to burn a lot of calories and it's going to really challenge your balance. It's going to challenge your dorsiflexion in your feet, your ability to flex your ankles and get your knees over your toes, your ability to maintain balance on one leg. It's going to alleviate imbalances. A lot of people kind of do a kickstand thing where one leg, when they try to squat, is further underneath their center of gravity than the other one because they have a tendency to lean on one side. So, and when that happens, there's a lot of times core muscles that are turning off once you get to a certain weight or you get to a certain level of fatigue with a certain percentage of your max. It'll turn off and then you'll see this asymmetrical shifting going on in the hips, right? And even with the elite athletes, we see this happening where there's this shifting going on. And a lot of that unilateral work will help alleviate that, make you more balanced, more athletic, which makes you, if you are athletic, you're going to look athletic, which is aesthetic. But doing this arm day, back day, chest day, and then trying to walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes or an hour, like that's okay. Yeah, you can lose weight that way and you're doing the restrictive calorie diets and all that. But if you will do body 30 lunges each leg every day going forward and 30 going laterally, you can do that every day and recover from it, right? It's just your body weight. So, and do that, but still lift your weight. Have your arm day and your back day and your shoulder day, but do lunges every day. Bounce every day. Something as simple as hopping, just bouncing. You don't even need a rope. It's actually better not to use a rope because when you jump rope, you throw your arms at an opposite angle that you actually would if you were jumping. If you were jumping, they're going to come from back and come up. They're not going to go front to back. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, and yeah, you could skip backwards, but even still, I find it more translatable to actual jumping when you just bounce with your hands free. And then you can do low level bounces and then higher level bounces where you're actually doing a full arm swing into the bounce where you hit the ground and boom, explode up, right? And at one point before I had an injury and I'm working back towards this, I could stand under the goal, jump up, touch the rim, and then as soon as I hit the ground, time my arm swing and my arm swing, and then immediately as soon as I hit the ground, boom, bound back up, touch the rim again. I could do like a set of 5 of those and grab the rim every time, right? So that level of explosiveness and bounce from just bouncing, right? And I would go to the gym, and even now, people will look at me when I'm in the gym, and they're just like, "Man, what do you be doing?" Like, people don't be believing I'm my age. You know what I mean? Guys who are much younger than me be like complaining about ailments, and they don't know if they can ever get to a level, and they should maybe just hang it up, and like, I should probably just take it easy from now on. And I'm like, the body's pretty resilient, dog, if you really know how to train it. I've been studying exercise science for close to 30 years, right? And I've done a lot of experimenting with myself and others. And so I have a lot of understanding on the body, what it responds to, how it works. Body weight work can be done every day. When you were a kid, you ran and jumped every day. We went to football practice twice a day. During school and after school, we got practice, dog. You running sprints every day, dog. We don't need no recovery. Or you can only sprint once every 72 hours. You got to recover because, well, maybe you're not going to hit a record and hit your absolute top speed every day. But you got this many seconds. We know what your 40 time is, G. Hey, you and them linebackers and them DB, whatever group you in, yeah, y'all got this much time to run them. Every one of them, where it don't even count, dog. And it don't count for all of y'all. Not the one who didn't get it. Everybody, right? And you did it every day. Then I went home and played after that. So why all of a sudden now that I'm an adult, I need to recover for 4? No, I don't. I could run every day, right? So people just decide, oh, I can't. I have to sit. I can't, I squatted yesterday. I can't squat again. Well, there's no need to try to max out every day. right? There's no need to do 5 sets of 37 until you're exhausted and your legs don't work and you can't stand for a week, right? But if you did doubles, where you did the bar, you warmed up for like 20 reps to get loose, get into the squat position, did some static holds at the bottom to really, open up and get loose. And then you started just doing doubles, add in 20 pounds at a time, do a double, add 20, no rest in between, do a double. And just do that until you get up to a max set where the bar starts to slow down a little bit, where you're not just powering through it and there was a little pause that you had to push through. Right then, that's probably heavy enough. No need to try to max out. That's enough. It slowed down. And then you can, once you get more experience, you'll know if it was a lazy lift and you just need to turn on more to move the weight because that percentage wasn't really, it should have moved faster. And then you can just move more explosively when you add the next 20 pounds. Or you can try to do it again to see if you can get that bar speed where it needs to be to continue. If not, just stop. And then you get to train another day, right? That's not that many reps. If you do the bar is 45 pounds, add 2 10s, right? That's 20 pounds. What's that? 65. Then go 85. Then after 85, you have 135, I believe. No, wait, hold up. My math is not math. Wait a minute. Hold on. You got we went 65. We went 85, right? Then we got 105. Then we got 125, 145. Then we have 165, 185, 205, 225, 245, 265, 285, 304. You just keep going up, right? Like that. And then when you get to the point, you stop and, move on to something else, right? But I can do that several days in a row and without having any extreme excessive fatigue, as long as I'm doing the proper stretching afterwards to loosen back up, because it'll have your hips hella tight. But as long as I do like the split stretches to loosen my hip flexors and the groin stretches, the butterfly stretches, all that, and I stay loose and keep everything fluid and in balance, like it benefits me, right? Instead of trying to do all the sets in one day, I can spread them out throughout the week and get an excellent stimulus every day, right? And it has benefits. I've noticed when I squat heavy, especially the back squats, because you can load more weight, I wake up with more morning woods, right? So obviously there's something there. I don't need to read an article. I don't need to do a research paper to be like, oh yeah, after them squat sessions, dog, like your boy be ready to go. What is that about? You know what I'm saying? What is that about? So there's something to it. So I know the legs, there's something to working the legs. I don't even sweat if I don't work my legs. It's like, did we even work out? Why did we come here today? To do arms, dog. But hey, I'm not knocking that, but I don't even feel like that's working out, dog. Your legs didn't bend. What did you do, dog? You know what I mean? There's people who they get on the ground, they can't get up. They have to use their arm. They can't just get into a lunge position and push out of it. And they can't. Their arms aren't strong enough to push themselves off the ground. They can't pull themselves up one time, right? But they're trying to go do a bodybuilding style workout, like some simple things, push-ups, running and jumping. That's basic human function that will get you in sprint, run, try to run. But if you're too overweight, you may be susceptible to injure yourself and you may not be able to go into sprinting. But you can lunge and squat and build yourself up to where you can start skipping, just bouncing, hopping, then running a little bit, then sprinting, doing the primal human movements. That will get you in immaculate condition more so than lifting like a bodybuilder and trying to do some excessively restrictive diet. Now, also being lean has to do with the diet. You do need, but you can't think of it like a diet. If you think of it like, I'm trying to lose this weight, so I'm doing this diet. Nah, that's not sustainable. Because then what happens when you stop this diet? You're gonna just gain all the weight back. That's why you yo-yo all the time, right? And people gain more weight than they lost because they did some super restrictive diet, and then when they come back with a vengeance. They binge eat, and then they end up heavier than they were before. I see this a lot, right? So you have to actually change your mindset. You can't just go on a diet and some workout routine to try to get in shape. You have to just decide, hey, I'm an athlete, or hey, I'm a mammal, dog. Mammals supposed to be able to run and jump. You're in bad shape, dog. If you're a mammal and you can't move your body, dog, you're in trouble. You feel me? So you want to be able to move it well. So move it every day through its ranges of motion. Your legs are supposed to bend them joints. You feel me? Both of them all the way through. Bend your arms. Push yourself off the ground. Do it every day. You'll burn calories, dog. Do 50 straight squats without stopping. Your heart rate's gonna be going through the roof, dog. I promise. Do 50 lunges each leg without stopping. That's a workout, dog. You don't even need to do nothing else after that. You feel me? So you're better off doing that, right? Do lunges and leg raises. I bet you'll be shredded, dog. Lunges and leg raises and bounce. You can bounce in, find a field, find a basketball court, the floor, the sidewalk, wherever. Get your bounce on, bounce. Bouncing is excellent. It'll keep you springy and bouncy and moving around like you're still. I move around like I'm a teenager, dog. I still run and jump like I'm a. People be looking at me like I'm crazy, dog. Like, what is he doing? How is he doing this? But we sit in chairs all day long and don't move, and then think I'm gonna go do leg day and arm day, and then I'm eating my protein. So that's why I had quit. I may get back into training, but I quit training because it was frustrating. Because being in shape is really simple, dog. It's not complicated. There is a science to getting an immaculate, like world-class conditioning and levels of athletic ability. There is some science to know how to maximize that, unless you just got it naturally. But you can build that if you know some science to it. But the average person needs to just change their mindset on who you are. You're a mammal, dog. You're supposed to be able to bend your legs. When was the last time you bent your legs, dog? And besides just to sit in a chair, you should be able to squat. When was the last time you left the earth and jumped and skipped and ran, right? People don't, it's not a priority for people. People prioritize a car payment. They're going to get however many overtime hours. They hate their job, but they're going to do it, right? But they got every excuse as to why, like, oh, this and that with the working out. And this is an excuse. I'm busy. But you don't want to do it. Just be honest with yourself. At least you start there. Start with, it's okay to not want to do it. I don't always want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm in immaculate condition that people will tell me, oh, it's easy for you because I make it look easy while I'm doing it. But my body be hurting too, just like yours. I don't be feeling like doing it. You know what I mean? But it's important to do basic moves. Just start there, basic moves. I promise you, if you will lunge every day, your body is going to change. If you'll bounce every day, do leg raises, and if not 7 days a week, at least 4 times out of the week, do that. If you can't do that, that feels overwhelming. Start with 1 day and just build the habit of, hey, every Saturday I do that on top of whatever weightlifting you may already do. If you don't do anything at all, that's a good start because you don't have to go nowhere. You can do it in your living room, right? You can do it in the backyard, that's wherever, your garage. Start with them lunches. Just build them up where you can do, and then start learning how to eat less food. Only eat what you actually need to eat. Eat on purpose. Eat optimal nutrition, not just eating because you want to taste some food. And most people who are really lean, they're disciplined when it comes to what they're eating. Not that I never eat any junk food. I do. I just ate some oatmeal cream pies. That was like the whole box, right? But that's not something I do every day. I don't buy it all the time because if it's there all the time, I'm going to probably eat it all the time. So it's never there, except for like once, maybe twice a month. I'll get it and then I'll eat it in a day or two, and then we're not going to see it again for another month probably, or at least another 2 or 3 weeks, And so I don't completely cut it out, and that helps me not to binge, right? I don't get too restrictive with my calorie intake, so I'm not binging, right? I don't obsess too much about being overly lean too fast, because then you're going to be too restrictive, and then you're going to get in trouble, because when you come back, you're going to binge. Trust. You're going to be binging your ass off, dog, and it's not going to be good for you, man. I'm telling you, you're going to be hurting yourself. You're going to start picking up weight, hella fat. And the weight is harder to lose than it is to gain. For whatever the reason that is, that's the body mechanism, right? So, all right, this is getting kind of long. We have 14 minutes for a second. All right, that's probably enough, right? But, yeah, I would just encourage everybody, work them legs. Every day is leg day. Huh? Every day. I don't know what I should call this video. Every day is leg day, or you're fat because you're training like a bodybuilder. But, God damn it, if you don't take nothing from these workouts, from this video, know that you need to eat less, do lunges, do squats, which you can use your body weight. Do lunge jumps. Those are excellent once you can build up to those. Right? I dare you to try to do 15 in a row on each leg, lunge jumps, really trying to get up as high as you can, right? Do 3 sets of that. Good luck. Right? But you don't even need no weight. Actually, you will burn hella fat and your legs will get stronger and more sculpted and athletic. You'll get faster. right? And um, and then change your mindset. Think of yourself as an athlete. Think of yourself as someone whose body can move and moves well. Enjoy moving. I enjoy moving. That's why I've always been in good shape since I was a child. Well, not always, because I used to eat the way my parents had us eating, and I wasn't lean like that. I was a chubby kid, but I was in shape and I was athletic, even though I was overeating and eating all the wrong stuff. And then once I learned how to eat, then I got leaner in my later years. But I was an athlete my whole life, right? And I loved being active so much so I would walk a mile to a recreation center called Miller's Pond in San Antonio. I walk a mile, it was a mile from my house. None of my friends wanted to go. It's 100 degrees in San Antonio in the summer. I'm walking in. I don't care. I need to get there. There's a gym. They hooping. I need to be there. So I'm there. I'm like 7. I'm by myself. I'm walking a mile, right? I hoop all day. They had a ping pong table, Connect Four, play some games. They had a big pond and go throw rocks at the pond, walk around the little wooded area, hoop a little bit more, walk a mile back home. Dog, I'm 7. How many 7-year-olds are doing that? I'm doing that multiple times a week throughout the whole summer for my whole childhood. By myself, of course, because nobody wants to wants to do that. The mile walk is like, man, I'm done after that for most kids. But that was just to get me there. It was no biggie, dog. We just gonna do it again. We need to get there. I want to get this activity in. So I just enjoy moving. Even when I don't feel like moving, I know I'm gonna feel better after I move. And there are some days that I just don't feel good and I'm tired and I might be stressed about things and I go make myself work out and I still don't feel good. But I know that it was still good that I did it, right? Because the body is a machine, an organic one. And when you do work over time, it's going to adapt and it's going to grow and get better and adapt to the work that it's being forced to do, even whether I felt like it or not, right? I lord over it. So think more about being an athlete than being a bodybuilder and training body parts, right? You'll probably get in shape faster and enjoy it more. Because for me, doing bodybuilding style workouts is pretty boring. I do full body lifts. I'm gonna squat, bench press, and do a pull, right? Because I train movements. The body squats, it lunges, it runs, it jumps, it pushes and pulls, right? You can twist and turn, but it's just that's it. So I train those. I think more about strengthening those movements than making my body parts look a certain way. Even though my guns is I don't got the biggest arms in the world, but when I walk in the room, like you can tell I get some work in. I got a 6-pack. It might even be 8, but but I don't focus on that. You feel me? So that's enough of that, man. I'll let y'all. Potentially, I don't even know if I'm going to make any more videos. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, peace. I'm out at you.